We are continuing this $1,000 buy-in tournament over on Underdog Fantasy, the Mastiff. It's got $20,000 up top, a unique advancement structure, and we have just entered rounds 11 and 12, which might actually just be the grossest part of the draft. How do we navigate it? Let's get into it and find out. So as stated, we are entering this really gross part of the draft. What we're going to do first, let's break down our team, go over our team. We'll look at the draft board, see if anything interesting stands out to us in terms of what other people are doing, and then we will get into our picks. So at quarterback, we have Patrick Mahomes. At running back, we have Tony Pollard, Breece Hall, J.K. Dobbins. At wide receiver, Deebo Samuel, Jahan Dotson, Sky Moore, Tyler Boyd, Nico Collins, and George Kittle. So that is our team as we got through 10 rounds. Let's look at rounds 10 and 11. We ended with Nico Collins as our last pick. Romeo Dobbs, Devon Achane go off board, Njoku, Rashad Penny. These are all pretty standard picks here. We do see a flurry of quarterbacks kind of go off the board with Geno Smith, Anthony Richardson, Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers, and Jared Goff between the two rounds. Not seeing anything that overly stands out to me. We didn't see a lot of wide receivers go. In fact, it was only 5 wide receivers since we drafted. A lot of running backs went as well. Jamal Williams going in the 10th here. Nothing super duper crazy. So there's nothing really to call out here, I don't think. So what are we looking at on the board here? So top of the board is Darnell Mooney, Russell Wilson, Greg Dulcich, Dalton Schultz, Gallup, Rashee Rice, Rondell Moore, Van Jefferson, Tyler Algier, Tyler Higbee, MVS, Marvin Mims. So in terms of quarterback, I don't think we need to grab one right here. I don't think Russell Wilson's a guy that we have to grab on this particular team. We don't have anyone to stack him with at the moment anyways. I think quarterback is very easily something to avoid here. Let's go over to running back. And we're looking at Tyler Algier, who is fine. I don't mind Tyler Algier. But we have a big gap in running backs here. So I think we can kind of bypass RB and look at some other stuff. Question I was going to have was Dalton Kincaid was falling down this draft board. And if he was here, I was wondering if this was going to be the time to take our second tight end and just be done with the position at that point. But he does go the pick before us. So we're seeing Greg Dulcich, who is just plummeting down boards anyways. We see Dalton Schultz here, who I don't love, Tyler Higbee. Not huge into all of these tight ends, but they are there. So that kind of leaves the wide receiver position. Darnell Mooney is a guy that I do like. He's right around ADP. There's no value there in getting him, but if you like Mooney, it's not a bad pick. I'm really not into Michael Gallup at all this year, so I'm going to kind of bypass him. Then we're looking at like Rashee Rice, Rondell Moore, kind of okay with Rondell Moore, MVS, Marvin Mims. And I think this quite frankly breaks down to 3 players for this particular team. Of the people that I'm looking at, obviously I'm looking at the 2 Chiefs wide receivers to stack with Mahomes on this team. The other guy that kind of jumps out to me a little bit is Marvin Mims here. He is a guy that I do like. I don't mind stacking him up with like an AFC West build with this Kansas City Chiefs. It's not something I look for, but it is something that gives him a little bit more juice than grabbing like a Rondell Moore or something like that. I'm going to be honest though, guys. The one wide receiver that I have right now is Sky Moore on this team. We're going to be hitting a lot of wide receivers for this particular build with the way that we built out with Mahomes, Pollard, Breece Hall, and George Kittle all going super early for us. I just don't know how I don't take both of the Kansas City wide receivers here and just lock in like a super stack for Kansas City. Just make a huge bet on Kansas City. And what I want you guys to remember, I'm going to bring this up every video. We are doing a 6 out of 12 advance from the first round. We're doing 3 out of 6 in the second and 2 out of 4 in the third before we make the finals. So I think making a bet on the Kansas City wide receivers when we don't have Travis Kelce and loading up on Rice, Sky Moore, and MVS. We're just getting people that are always going to be on the field with Mahomes. You know, Tony might be injured for some of the season. I still do like Kadarius Toney. I know there's some buzz on Justin Ross and some other guys, but I think these are the three most solid wide receivers to take, with Tony mixed into that as well. So I think we're just going to make this video relatively short. We're going to grab Rashee Rice. We're going to grab MVS. And we're going to make this big bet on Kansas City. So right now we currently have a 1-3-7-1 build where we have Patrick Mahomes, Tony Pollard, Breece Hall, J.K. Dobbins, Deebo Samuel, Jahan Dotson, Sky Moore, Tyler Boyd, Nico Collins, Rashee Rice, MVS, and George Kittle right now. And if we want to look at our playoff view, we do have a Cincy Kansas City stack going on. We have San Fran and Washington with Deebo, Dotson, and George Kittle. And I am liking the way this team is shaking out quite a bit. It's going to be interesting when we get to these 13th and 14th round picks, how we're going to handle already having 7 wide receivers, seeing some of the other positions that are available, what we need to grab from there. But for now, with a 6 out of 12 advanced structure, I really do like this team. The Mastiff also filled is the other thing I want to bring up. So when you look at Breece Hall, we did get like relatively the best value on Breece Hall and the Mastiff, with like maybe a few draft exceptions. So that fall for Breece Hall is not going to happen in this particular tournament because it's closed. It is done. There are no more entries in this one. So I don't think we got Breece Hall at a bad price at all in this. In fact, I still think we got him at one of the better prices for this particular tournament. I think everything is just kind of shaping up the way we want it to be. We got the best value on J.K. Dobbins that we were going to get in this particular tournament as well. He was never coming back to us. I just really like the way this team is shaking out. You can say that the wide receivers are weak, but we are just throwing volume at the wall with them. What do you think of the team? Is this a build that you would do with this particular tournament, this type of structure, or would you have done some stuff that's a little bit different? Let me know. Would you have taken Marvin Mims over one of these wide receivers? I could totally see that. If so, let me know why in the comments. Until next time, when we draft our next 2 players in the Mastiff, I'll catch you later. Peace. Woo! Those were some spicy takes. Want to stay up to date with all of the other spicy takes we're going to have over here at Spike Week? Why don't you press that subscribe button below? You turn notifications on, we draft a team, boom, you know about it. We have another spicy take, boom, you know about it. You can be there. You can draft with us. You want to stay up to date? That's how you do it. All right, we'll catch you later next time here at Spike Week.